Day 16, sober, October. It is 11:15 on a Wednesday night, and I am currently sat outside A&E with, you can see all of this there. I just thought it'd be an apt time to do a quick update on how things are getting along. Not drinking for over 2 weeks now. In situations like this, where I would have just been usually craving a alcoholic beverage as soon as I got back. Like I said, 2 weeks. Now I can't remember the last time I didn't drink for 2 weeks, 2 consecutive weekends. That's probably going back to 17, 18-year-old Sam. I remember that long ago, obviously. I might not have been as crazy as I was. I've said that before, but it feels like that. Like, I can't remember a time when I didn't have a drink at a weekend. And 2 weekends on the trot is just absolutely unheard of. So yeah, last night we went to see Becky Hill at the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham. I said when I started this challenge that I would have found that a trigger. Like, I wanted to drink, I wanted to go and see Becky Hill and have a drink. Like, that was it. Can't do sober October because I'm going to see Becky Hill and I've got these weekends away and I've got this conference, so I can't do it. So again, like, going to see Becky Hill, like, of course it crosses your mind because you're in a situation where you would have normally had a drink. So like, we went out for a meal before we went to the arena, had this nice pizza, and again that would have been trying to have a few pints beforehand, before the concert, and having a sparkling orange juice, which I really enjoyed. And it was strange, I was like, oh, actually quite a nice tasting drink, rather than shoving 3 or 4 pints of beer down. And then we got to the arena, and again I wasn't even really triggered. You know, it's quite strange. I was sort of interested in finding out if they had zeros and what zeros they had. So I got Heineken Zero when we got there. Had a walk around with that, enjoyed that, and then just before Becky Hill came on, I said, oh, I do fancy another drink, so I'm going to go and get one. And surprise, surprise, Cellar Black says the bar didn't have they said, oh no, we don't do Heineken Zeros at this bar, we've only got Zero Record Leg. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't mind. I quite enjoyed that, a bit sweet. It's like Vimto with added sugar, isn't it? But again, I enjoyed it, and enjoyed the night. And one thing that Becky Hill said, and I feel like this is going to stick with me forever, like, she was talking in between the songs and she says, so are we all having a fucking good night tonight? Yeah, up for a fucking party, blah blah blah. And then she said, like, what day is it? Tuesday. I said, oh, she said, I fucking love dancing sober. And I was like, I like that. I feel like that'll stick with me. Because again, it's a step towards, you need a drink to have a dance and a good time. You don't at all hate a dance, mid-range dance, and before I'd have been like, no, I am not easing myself, I'm not feeling free unless I've had 4 or 5 pints. No word of a lie, they did 2 pint pitchers there and it was like £18.50 for 2 pints. You'd get £9 a pint, and I would have had 2, 3, 4 2-pint pitchers there normally, and I'd have been not enjoying it, thinking, my cup's empty, I'm gonna have to go and fill it up now. So like 1 minute probably forgetting half of the night as well. Like, you're going to have a good night, don't you? But then you have a drink and you think that was a good night. Can't really remember bits and bobs of it, but I had a great night, fantastic night, no drink. But yeah, so over halfway of October now. Rach asked me a strange question yesterday of, do you think you drink again after this? I genuinely don't know. It's not like in my head of like, oh, get to the first and have a drink. But like, it's changed my perspective on events and things like that. Probably got a lot more money in the bank account as well. I'm starting to associate different things with drinking as well. I mentioned to Dean the other day about like getting in the hot tub. It was like, gotta have a drink to get in the hot tub. Gotta have a drink. Yeah, and like I think I mentioned takeaways as well. Like I'm gonna have a skinful of ale, and then go, oh, actually I don't fancy cooking. We'll just get a takeout. Like, we've had one takeout since this has started over 2 weeks ago now, and that's 2 weekends. So yeah, it has been a bit hectic, to be honest with you, life-wise, with events, work, ill children, holidays, nights away. So, like, after conference finished on Friday, it still wasn't like normality of a weekend, where I think this is probably the first normal weekend that I'm coming into not drinking. And it's strange, it doesn't even faze me. Like I said, tonight would have been a big trigger. I was like, fucking hell, I've got to take Arlo to the hospital. Can't wait to just get home and have a fucking beer and go, oh, fine. But dare I say, it doesn't even interest me to consider that anymore. Strange. Yeah, and like people pissed me off that was drunk yesterday as well at the concert. Fucking 3 or 4 lasses in front of me, full of kids, fucking puffing on the vapes in your face and absolutely pissed up, falling about. Bit of me thought, would that have been me? Would I have been interacting with these people if I'd have been pissed up as well? Yeah, to consider all of those. But yeah, back to a bit of normality now. Apart from no sleep, ill children, busy work. Don't think I've got anything coming up major. Steady weekend. Family outing on Sunday, which again I'd have probably associated with a drink. Like we're going to pick up some pumpkins and then go out for a meal. In my mind I've been like, yeah, I fancy a few pints. No, too bad. Feel fresher, you can't deny that. Feel more switched on, you can't deny that. Feel like you're sleeping deeper, you can't deny that. Don't get me wrong, the first few days you're not sleeping very well. If you're a habitual drinker, shall I say, and you need a drink to sort of go to sleep. I was borderline that sometimes, of the thought of, oh, I need a drink because I'm not sleeping very well. I'll openly admit that. And if you're in that rut, it takes you a while to get out of that rut, if that makes sense. Like, the first few days can be difficult. Oh God, no, I'm not going to sleep well because I haven't had a drink. And I swear to God, the majority of that is mind over matter. Like, get past day 3, it's fine, you stop thinking about it. Past day 7, it's not even an interest. So I think the main events that I've got coming up, work and family wise and nights away, etc., are starting in November. I've got one more holiday before the end. We're going away for Halloween to Waleswood in the caravan. Again, usually they've got a pub there as well in Waleswood, so I usually like a couple of pints up there, but the mindset's changed. It's like it's not even a factor. So that was a long one. I suppose that was probably nearly 7 days from when I did my last video. And my last video, oh my God, I think I watched it, I looked like death warmed up. That's what happens when you spend 97 hours on your feet talking to people, the majority of which aren't favoured. So if I felt like that and looked like that and I didn't drink, if I'd have been drinking as well, then like how much worse would I have been, and would the weekend have been, and would the following day's work been? It's crazy to think. I know, like, I've driven back from those events before shaking like a shamed dog, and it taking days to recover physically and mentally because you've just consumed so much alcohol. It's unbelievable. Poisoning your body over so many times, not giving it enough chance to recover. But yeah, it's seen it a different light. So yes, the journey continues, and no more dips in the ice bath as of yet. Like I said, busy times and ill children and ratty kids. I'm hoping to get another one in before the weekend, but I am going to go and get this child to bed, and hopefully he'll sleep for longer than 20 minutes. Yes. Bye bye. And as Arlo says,